Great. We are so excited to have you here with us this morning. We're going to be playing some music for you, and we'll get right into that here in a second. During these songs, you're going to see a few different groups stand up at different spots where I just want you to maybe listen in to that group. You'll hear from a lot of different groups throughout this music. And this first song, which is a march called Washington Post March, you're going to hear at the very end from the trombone section, and you'll hear them nice and loud when they're singing up. Here's our first song, the Washington Post March. All right, thank you. Now, you may have been wondering when you walked in and watching that first song, you're like, some of these folks are dressed a little weird. And actually, man, the director, this is a little weird. Like, normally people aren't wearing a backpack during a concert while they're directing. There's a reason for it, I promise. So I want to explain that really quick. Today, the band and myself, everyone is wearing something that represents an activity that they're in, and in most cases, outside of what they're doing in band. There's a ton of people in high school band that are involved in sports. We've got people in here, you might notice Hudson in the back, wearing a football helmet, softball, track, cross country, tennis, I'm sure I'm leaving out others as well, trap shooting. We've got people who, let's see, I think we've got quite a few Little Caesars workers who have shown up in their work attire. We have people who are involved in choir and chamber choir, people involved in all-state events, and let's see, ninja, aerial silks, a whole variety of things. And so those people have worn stuff that represents those activities they're involved in. They're doing band at a high level, and they're doing other activities in school and out of school at a high level as well, and it's possible to be able to do both. Just to explain mine really quick. When the weather's a little bit nicer than it is today, I like to go disc golfing, so you may have noticed there's all the discs back there. Another thing that a lot of my time goes into, I'm a dad, I have 3 kids, and so for those of you that can read music notes, this is D, A, D right there. So anyway, there's my 2 activities. Before we start our next song, this next song is based on a Bible passage. It's based on Psalm 23. So before we start, I'm going to have Lauren, who's involved in theater stuff, and maybe if you saw one act or other plays here at school, you've seen Lauren on stage. She's going to read Psalm 23 for us.
The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Thank you, Lauren. And as you listen to this song, you'll notice a lot of that psalm is talking about peace, because we can trust in God as our good shepherd. And you will hear a lot of peace in the style of this song. But there's also, it talks about the valley of the shadow of death, or the darkest valley. And there's going to be some spots where it gets louder and the notes sound maybe a little bit angrier, or just a little bit more intense. That's reflecting that part of the song as well. You're going to hear from a few different instrument groups. Right at the beginning, you'll hear the clarinets. Later on, you'll hear the trumpets and the flutes and the oboes as well. This is In Paths of Truth and Grace. Our next song is called Last Ride of the Pony Express. Maybe you've heard just Pony Express before. Most likely, I'm guessing, even if you've heard of it, you might not know exactly what it is. This was like before the railroads went across the country. They're like, how can we get mail all the way out to California really fast? And so they set up all these stations with horses, and they would have people just riding as fast as they could from one station to the next, delivering mail. It only existed for about a year before the railroads were able to take stuff all the way across. But it was known for being you had to be a little bit of a thrill seeker to do this because it was dangerous. There were people that died while being letter carriers on the Pony Express. So this song is meant to reflect the very last time that the Pony Express delivered mail. You're going to hear a few different interesting things in the percussion section. I particularly, though, want to point out Peyton Weiner. Peyton, could you give a wave? He's going to be playing the wood blocks. You're going to hear these a couple of times. This is going to represent the sounds of like horses, okay? And as you hear it, I think you'll recognize that right away. You're also going to hear from our horn section, horns give a wave, and our alto saxophones in this song as well. Here is Last Ride of the Pony Express. All right, we have one final song. I'm guessing some of you will be familiar with this one. Our final song that we're going to play is from a show, a Star Wars show. This is the theme of The Mandalorian that we're going to be playing for our final song today. In addition to playing that last one, I would like to invite any 5th graders who play a band instrument. I want you to come on down here, find somebody playing your same instrument in the high school band, and I just want you to hang out behind them, beside them, right in their room. High schoolers, if you can maybe spread out a little bit more, left to right, that'd be cool too. And yeah, 5th graders, come on down, find a spot. We'll get started in just a minute with our final song here, The Mandalorian. Oh yeah, scoot on in everybody. File in, all the way to the middle of the roads. All right, and just before we play this last one, I want to say we're so appreciative that you came today and that you're here. Music is meant to be played for an audience, you know, we work on this music, and we want to be able to play it for people. And you guys have been a great audience today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for you know, just spending this time with us. And I just want to mention one more time as well, we mentioned sort of the activities here. Maybe if you're standing in the band, notice the different activities that the people playing your instrument are doing. I just want to emphasize again, we've got people in here not only doing band at a high level, but doing a lot of other activities as well. And I would encourage you, 5th graders and 4th graders, as you're thinking about starting up an instrument, that's something that you can do as well. All right, here is The Mandalorian.